Ok, siamo qui con Sergio Izquierdo, un documentarista. L'abbiamo già intervistato, abbiamo già avuto il piacere di intervistarlo, l'abbiamo già messo in una nostra rivista cartacea e anche comunque su internet, però adesso siccome lo incontro qui dal vivo è bello anche con lui fare questa intervista. Parleremo in inglese e
Ma io non parlo italiano.
non ti
Io non
preoccupare,
parlo.
non ti preoccupare, parleremo in inglese e la prima domanda che faccio a Sergio is what inspired you to choose your job, to choose the documentary filmmaker?
Okay, I first I am a computer engineer, scientist. I never think about doing something like this. Then I started to work as a photographer, and I have worked with also with National Geographic more than 50 stories, and I have the opportunity to go to different expeditions around the world, mostly Latin America, but also worldwide, China and other places. And I have also had an expedition from Bermuda to Iceland like 12 years ago, right? Today, 12 years ago, an expedition from Bermuda to Iceland of 13 days. No, 23 days, sorry. 23 days recollecting microplastic in the ocean. So I realized how a lot of environmental movement is wrong. Everything is paid by big industries to send another message like recycling. So in that moment, I decided to start my own NGO called Rescue the Planet to tell the truth to so many people as possible by touching their emotions. And the best way to do it is through visuals, to photography and to video. So in the NGO, we create content for people that doesn't care about the environment. We don't aim to convince people that are already convinced. We need to reach as many people possible. So the expedition I made from Bermuda to Iceland, I replicated in the Mesoamerican reef. There's the biggest reef is in Australia. The second biggest reef is in Mesoamerica, is between Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, and Honduras. And I show all the problems of the plastics. And we made studies and an expedition and a documentary. And the documentary did very well, and we are taking the documentary to schools, and we have reached at least 72, now more than 75,000 students in 2 years, and making big changes in the population, you know. So we really want to do this huge impact. So I also like 10 years ago, I started also documenting what's happening in the jungle. There is a big jungle called the Big Mayan Forest between Mexico, Guatemala, and Belize. After the Amazon is the biggest tropical forest from America. So I have documented everything what is happening. For tourists is no dangerous, but when you go to the places where the problems are, it's extremely dangerous, extremely. So 2 years ago, I did a plane recognition across the Guatemalan jungle, the biggest part, and I saw how like a big green area, very beautiful. That when I was filming the latest documentary that I'm going to talk about, now it's all black and white. Before it was a jungle, like primary jungle. Now is everything is cut off and no nothing. So I even cry in the airplane, you know. After documenting these problems, I see how there's a lot of people with different intentions and interest in the jungle. Some want to protect them, some want to have money from it, and some people want to destroy it. So that's why we create this documentary called Selva Maya en jaque, or Mayan forest in check, like checkmate, like a chess game. So we have this big chess board, and we show every move that is happening in the jungle. But another thing that is very interesting is that there is two subspecies of the scarlet macaw, the red macaw, two subspecies. One, Ara macao macao, it's in Costa Rica and South America, lots of them not endangered, but the subspecies Ara macao cyanoptera, there are only 500 in the wild between Mexico, Guatemala, and Belize. 500 in the brink of extinction. So if we lose the jungle where the macaws exist, the macaws are going to disappear forever. So we decided to create this documentary telling the story of a chick in the jungle, how it fights against the illegal wildlife trade market, how it fights against the wildfires. So people connects with the emotions of this macaw baby, like trying to live and trying to fly after their parents feed them. And meanwhile, we show in the chessboard what is happening around the jungle. So it's a very interesting documentary because we also show something that has been hidden, how communities are preserving also part of the jungle. And there are communities that have this model that they cut a tree, 1 tree per hectare. They have money to sustain their families. And this place, when they cut the tree, they won't touch it until 40 years after. And with this, they protect all the land they have in a concession, you know. So these are like heroes saving the forest, and also the people that wants to save the macaws, like Sophia, the bird, the Sophia is the macaw in the story, how they fight against drug dealers, against a lot of dangerous things, not only animals, not only snakes, jaguars, or whatever, but the human illegal actions.
I want to know this because the next question was what are the most important difficulties that you have, not with animals, but with humans that usually don't want that you talk of this.
Okay, when I was filming, uh, so Guatemala in Petén is the north part where the jungle, Mayan jungle is. There are a lot of illegal airstrips. So they cut the trees, cattle and illegal cattle enters, and they create illegal airstrips for drug trafficking. So once I was taking pictures of an airstrip with a big jet in the middle of the jungle, and I was asking my pilot, because I only fly with two pilots in the region, with in a helicopter ex-military from Guatemala, and in the plane, an airplane with an ex-military from Spain, because they are brave. So I asked them to be 50 meters away from the jet, and we have the shot. It's in the documentary, and the people were shooting back at us. I was shooting with the camera, and they were shooting with guns, you know. But we have that on camera, and so people have to see the documentary. And because we are filming illegal stuff also to show the truth, because we don't normally nobody shows the truth, we have to decide to enter the jungle in one road, and to return go another big other turn, you know. So sometimes you have to decide where to come and where not to go.
Uh, what is the the topics and the stories that you choose uh, to to put in your documentaries. What do you choose? What you think about this? About choose this type of stories?
Well, I'm going to tell you one more story. Before, when I was filming the last day of the documentary, I got another plane tour to film. But people told I got messages from people from the jungle telling me the last we have the invaders very near the last nests. So if we do not nothing now, because the government does not do not nothing, not this one, not any government before, we are going to be out of Macos because no nests. So I made a video in TikTok. It went viral, more than 3-4 million views, and after that the president sent troops. But this happened this year. We saved the Macos for this year. We have to save the forest forever. So this is not only a documentary. The documentary is the point of the arrow of everything, of a lot of things that we are going to do with Rescue the Planet. So we want to show the world, to make pressure to save this gem of the world that we are losing. So in the topics that you were asking me, we show the efforts of the communities, like indigenous communities, fighting to save the forest. We show part of the wildlife illegal trafficking. We show the illegal invasions, illegal cattle, uh, the criminal also actions like the drug trafficking, stuff like that, and also all the efforts of conservation, like a chessboard, like I mentioned. So you will have a broader idea of what is happening, because it's not only one solution. It's something that has to come integral. But if you don't understand the problem, if you say it's only one problem, you are going to fix nothing. So the idea is to connect with people emotions, and we do this mix with airplanes, with uh, uh, tree climbing. So we put a lot of adventure also, so the young people are interested on watching the in this world of TikTok, how to maintain the attention 1 hour on the kids. So it's very active, it's very adventure, and people connects with the birds.
What is the answer of the people that watch your job, your documentaries? What they say, what they want to know,
Will
what
they end crying?
yes, of the people that see your documentaries, what they say, what they want to know of your job.
Well, when regarding like for the plastic documentary we made, we have done a lot of changes, and we also starting a new movement called Rescue the Planet, of young people that after they watch the documentary, they want to be part of a big change. So they will have like workshops, and then they will have missions to promote stop using single-use plastic, and now this movement is called Rescue Rangers, and now we want to empower these kids again also with all this content we are creating with the documentary to save also the forest of Mesoamerica. It's not Guatemala, it's Guatemala, Mexico, and Belize.
And we are a newspaper of showland news. We are a newspaper of show, and we like to know from you um, what is Christina, your manager, told me that you have some friends, for example, with Leonardo DiCaprio. That's all we know. For you, how you can work with this type of stars? How you can to work with them? How can you what they can do for this
Okay,
type
I think
of argument?
okay, in terms of the documentary, we have to translate it to different languages. So if we get also the support from a star, they can be the voiceover, you know, one.
Okay.
The other thing, we are going to release a book about about the Mayan jungle, and they can be like they write the prologue, and they can help us also like I don't say the word in English, padrino, no, like Godfather, like
Right.
Godfather from the movement. So it will show the world that this is important, and will make the pressure to save the forest. So the most important thing of this is saving the macaws in the forest. Not be famous, not earn money, but the urgency that moves, that really moves, is the need to save it, because in 10 years more, we won't have
Okay.
any jungle. This is very urgent.
This is important and urgent.
Yeah.
Yes. You take last interview. You told us of your book. How is went your book? And you said me that you have another book
Coming.
now that is coming.
Okay. The I have published different books. The first one was a National Geographic book called Wild Guatemala, all sold out. Also, another book
Very
is
good.
how to get every photographer's dream. That's how to become a National Geographic photographer. So I wrote all my tips, and it's in Amazon. The last book is Immortal Guatemala. Why? Because the final sentence of our national anthem is Guatemala, your immortal name. So this is a book of 10 years of photography of all my country, different cultures, different animals, landscapes, people. But the book that I'm going to finish this year is going to be of the Mayan jungle, to show mostly the beauty, but I will contain maps of before and after on what's happening now, because every book I made is a tool for conservation. So that is the next project of this. And the next project of documentaries, I have contacts with a lot of people around the world who gives their lives to save an animal. And I am going to work on this new. I'm working on this new mini documentary series of heroes without capes, of these people that gives their entire life and their entire uh, resources to save something for humanity.
And now I want to know Sergio like man, like
Like a man.
person.
Okay.
You are in Italy for the second time, you said?
Like fourth time
Fourth time, okay.
from my childhood.
Okay, you said before that you are a man that love culture. What you like of Italy? What is the city that you love so much in Italy?
It's very difficult to respond, because you have too many beautiful things around. My father used to live with when he was bambino,
Okay.
with my nono. He used to live for 2 or 3 years, so I have this curiosity to know. He lived in Civitavecchia.
Yes.
Um, but I don't know. It's impressive, the Roman Colosseum, but I think I felt in love with Venice. I haven't seen. It's the first. Today is my first day in Milan, so I cannot give you a complete answer. This is my first time. And something that is also very important for me, that I respect. I love cultures and stuff like that, and I respect everybody's like opinion or faith. But for me, the most important thing is God. So all the honor and all the glory is for Him.
And the last question is, what are your future projects?
The future project is the one of these heroes without capes, and to show people how people give their life for something we are going to lose forever, so people can support these causes and we can save and change a lot of the people's minds, because it's something very important. In Europe, people has at least conscious of saving the planet, on saving, of having parks, on protect the parks and protect the animals. They have this culture. But the rest of the world, Asia, South America, Central America, Africa, there's no law. Oh, they can be laws, but nobody follows. And everything is being destroyed. So a lot of people in the US and in Europe, with all the respect, they might be living in a bubble that they don't know what is really happening outside. Because I see too many documentaries that doesn't show the truth, because they are financed sometimes by other interests, like the one for with plastic I told you. So we have to go out from the bubble and see what is really, really, really happening outside, because we are losing the world in our hands and we are not noticing it.
I have another question. Only another question. You saw. I love the animals. You saw many animals in nature.
Mm-hmm.
I saw animals only in a zoo or on not in nature. What is your favorite animal?
My
But not a favorite animal, not before to see them, but after that you see them.
Okay, the one I have taken
yes,
picture.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to tell you one picture that I have in my mind, and I can send you to you. Is the leucistic penguin in Antarctica. It's like an albino penguin, but leucistic is a bit different. That was something that impacted me. But it's not my favorite animal, but it was my favorite picture, maybe, of animals. One of my favorite animals are sharks.
Me too.
Yeah?
Yes.
Great.
I love them.
You have to go first to have your scuba uh, certificate, PADI, or I don't know which one is here in Europe, but you have to go once to Galapagos. Is the land with most um, sharks per area in the whole world. You enter, you dive, you get sharks. So that's my favorite animal. I will be glad also to share a couple of pictures.
Thank you so much, Sergio.
No, thank you. Thank you for your time.